Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Carolina Collegiate Clash First Look podcast. Tonight, I'm joined by my fellow panelists. We have Blurry from Wake Tech Community College. Then we
Hello.
have Chief Not Sober from East Carolina University. How y'all doing tonight?
Doing great, doing great. Excited to be
The
back.
best.
I know, yeah, Chief,
Have
you
another
haven't
week.
been here for
Chief
a
has
while.
joined us again. Let's
I know,
go.
I've been out for a while. You know, we've been on a little low streak, so I decided to lock in, put my time and effort towards getting better, and now we're back. We're back, baby.
And so I'm glad to hear that you're putting that time and effort. Although, because you can't come on here and just talk a lot of trash and start playing poorly. You can't do that.
Exactly.
That's a one-way ticket to getting flamed every single week. Coolio. Anyway, moving on, guys. But I mean, I'm glad we're all back here, Chief. It's nice having you back. Blurry, how you feeling, man? You feeling confident about how this tonight's gonna go?
Yeah, man. Feeling good. Feeling good as ever. I got the boys with me. We're doing good.
It's gonna be a great podcast. Good
Yeah.
vibes.
Awesome. Well, let's just go ahead and jump into some of last week's recaps. Now, last week was a little scuffed. All right, it was a little scuffed as there was a lot of spring breaks coming through, a lot of postponements of games, but we did get a few good games in there. And to start things off, we had Coastal Carolina at the 12th seed going up against UNC Pembroke in the 11th seed. CCU wins in a 3-0 sweep, possibly knocking Pembroke down. I mean,
They're the top of the league. That's it. They're number one. That's how it works.
I mean,
One.
they took down UNCP, who took down USC, so they're four. I mean, CCU's
Yeah,
best
they're
one
number one in the
right
league. They have to be. It's the only way the power rankings should shift at this point. They should be at the top. I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I agree. Now, with that being said, I mean, it's looking like with the UNCP losing that game, it's looking like they might not qualify anymore. I think they had to win that game in order to have a pretty good chance at qualifying for the LAN in the next month. So, I mean, that's got to be devastating for them. But
Yeah, it definitely had to hurt.
it's okay. They said they might come help. So, they're only an hour away.
Hey.
They will be there. Let's go.
Hey, the more the merrier, man.
Oh, well, maybe
that weekend's
maybe
gonna
they
be
can
fun.
maybe they can play in the All-Star match.
Yeah.
Hey, if
That'd
they're
be
there for
funny.
party time, that's all we need them for. Party
Oh my
time.
God, bro. But anyway, yeah. So CCU takes down the seed higher. UNCP was favored there, but CCU comes away with the dub. Now jumping into the next game. This was the only other really game that was played that week. We had ECU versus NC State, the 7th versus the 5th seed. ECU wins at a clean 3-0 sweep. Give me your thoughts, Chief.
I mean, going into that game, didn't know too much about NC State. I'm not gonna lie, I had no beef with them. I had nothing, no expectations or anything. And I mean, we walked into the lobby and did our job and left. What else can I say? We had, man, I keep forgetting his name. Hold on. Give me 1 second. 1 second.
Are you looking
Is
for
it
the?
with a V?
Yep.
Ventus?
Ventus. Yeah,
Yeah.
we made Ventus leave. And then at the end of game 3, you hate to see that, especially on stream, but I mean, it's just the ECU boys taking what's theirs, you know what I'm saying? Roll Pirates.
They're getting it done, man. That was good. That was big. I mean, it's kind of separating the pack, and ECU solidify them with the top half of the pack. I don't have an NC State though. They're just tanking. I don't know, but yeah, ECU on top. That was big.
Yeah, I know. Like looking at NC State, they haven't really shown much promise since the earlier side of the season here. It's just like and as these continue to have it, they start losing a majority of the rest of these seasons. They might start dropping to possibly the lowest seed. And I mean, they definitely don't want that to happen because if you start dropping, that's when you start going into the LAN playoffs first round playing against some of the higher seeds, which is going to be a more difficult matchup. So I know, like looking at NC State's schedule, they've so they lost to Wake Tech and ECU. Then they still have Clemson and Lander coming up next in their next 2
boy.
weeks.
Yeah.
So, I
Those
mean,
are
they
some
got
big games, then. It may
Yeah,
not
they
look
could
too
bump
good
them
for
down pretty low. I mean, if they lose the next two, I mean, with Clemson, they're probably not expected to win. But if they do lose the next two, they're pushing that bubble for that the 8th seed area. That's kind of close.
Yeah, absolutely, and definitely. I mean, in terms of their power rankings too, if they lose to Clemson and Lander, it's gonna really tank their ratings from everyone on the C3 First Look panel, from all the members of it. Because right now, I mean, majority of the season, NC State's been pretty high up there on the power rankings, but they definitely haven't really been showing it that much.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But
It definitely started off the season pretty well. You know, they lost to USC. I mean, that's a given, but they did go on a 4-game win streak after that. You know, playing USCA, CCU, Wake Forest. Okay, never mind. That was free. And then they lost to Wake Tech and us. So they can play. They beat the teams that they really should be beating, but when it comes down to those bigger matchups, it's just they're getting walked. It doesn't. It just they just can't hang with the big guys. I don't know what to say.
That's the hard middle ground, though. I mean, when you're in that in between, you beat the easy, and then you kind of struggle with the higher. That's that mid ground where you qualify, struggle, but you still get wins. It's a
Yeah.
weird area to be.
I mean,
agree.
they might be the Dallas Cowboys of the CCC right now. I mean,
Swear.
That's good.
hey, it's okay. It's
Yeah.
coming from a Cowboys fan. It's coming from a Cowboys fan
That's-
here. All right. I'm fully aware of what's happening here. But jumping
The
into
Miami Dolphins.
oh,
Sorry.
yeah, the Miami Dolphins of the C3. That's crazy. That's crazy. I don't know. I mean, actually, for the Cowboys, we're kind of expected to lose first round, so it's
Yeah.
every year. We come
Yeah.
up against
Okay,
another
on
team that's
paper.
lost first round every year. Don't worry, we'll still lose. But now we're gonna skip over the next one just so y'all are updated. We're gonna go ahead and start doing our week 8 power rankings here because I want to come over to the next topic in just a moment here. So I'll go ahead and start things off here with my power rankings, and I can already tell y'all are not gonna like me for it. But number
We've
one,
heard this before.
I've got USC still there. I feel like USC feeling pretty strong. They're gonna come out. I mean, they may have that one loss, but it was due to a penalty. So I mean, they did dominate that game. So overall, I feel like USC still falls in that number 1 position here. Then in the number 2 position, I have Clemson Esports because no, they're undefeated. They're going against USC tomorrow. It's gonna be interesting to see how it plays out. Then number 3, I've got UNCW. Let's go, baby. UNCW
God.
coming in that number 3 position here because, you know, UNCW, they've been putting in the time, the work, the effort. They've been doing really well lately. We just finished some other seasons that we're in with a very positive record, so I'm feeling strong about them.
Mm.
Then in the 4th position, I have the Niners, UNCC, because, you know, we beat the Niners, so we're by default better than the Niners. It's okay. Then in the number 5th position, I can already feel Chief winding up that backhand right now. But we have Wake Tech Community College. ECU does not even make the top 5 here, as basically says bruh. But overall, that's my top 5 here. That's what I'm feeling confident in my top 5. What are y'all's thoughts on that?
There's a reason you don't play in the league. So these that top 5 is kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Having UNCW at 3 is insanity. Like I get they beat UNCC, but that was at the beginning of the season. So let's see let me take a look at where they're at right now. So okay. Did you guys not play yet, Wake Tech?
No,
Yeah, they
it's
rescheduled for
we
like
had to
3 weeks out.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, blame Reticle. He had spring break, then had to leave for our basketball conference tournament.
Okay, so you guys have played 2 good teams. We'll give you guys 3 good teams because UNCC. That they had a bad week. That's all I'm gonna say with that one. But Elon, USCA, and Coastal should all be free. You should have beat Lander, but you lost 3-1. Should have. I can't say much about the USC game because I mean, before Pembroke they were undefeated, but you know Pembroke is obviously the superior team in this league. But
Yeah.
But yeah, at 3 is a crazy take. But other than that, I can agree with the rest of the rankings. I can see USC being number 1, but you know, 6-0 technically Clemson is number 1. So
I just hear a bunch of
Yeah.
yapping. I just hear a bunch
I'm
of
hearing
yapping.
a bunch of yapping from this UNCW support since your bias is all hell. So I don't know, man. I think it's a little flim flammy in the rankings. Yeah, you know, they don't belong there. The rest I agree with. I'm okay with that, but just that one team, I don't know. Not there.
I'm saying
Oh,
switch
wow.
them out for ECU. You can move everything around, but you switch out UNCW for ECU.
Yeah.
Keep telling yourself that, baby. You'll see how it plays out the rest of the season. You'll see how it
We
plays
don't
out.
even see y'all. We don't see y'all in season. We'll see y'all at
Don't
LAN.
worry, you'll see it first round at
Ah.
land. You'll see it first round.
See, it's always the talk without playing in the league, in the league play. I mean,
Exactly, bro. I mean, I
come
gotta
on.
back my boys. I gotta back my boys. All right.
Right,
gotta
right.
back
yeah,
my
so
boys.
you should do what we did and have a little grudge match with your boys.
Hey, Dripton already said it. Grudge match. Grudge match.
I was gonna
Grudge
say, I
match?
mean, you guys don't play in the season.
We could do a grudge
We
match.
can
Come
do
on.
that. We can do that. Well, easy 3-0
Okay.
is fine. That's fine. 3-0.
That's
on stream.
crazy. That's crazy.
Another
Alright,
one.
alright.
I'm gonna make you on NC State out of y'all.
All right, we'll see how we'll do a grudge match. We'll discuss after and figure it out. We gotta wait till Redical gets back from his trip in Washington.
Oh, it'll be land time by that point. So
Yeah,
That's fair.
We'll see how it plays out. But we're gonna see how it goes. But Chief, you're trashing on my power rankings. Let's get into your power rankings.
All right, sounds good. I feel like my power rankings are a lot more agreeable. So number 1, I put Clemson. It's a toss-up between Clemson and USC if you want to put whoever at 1 right now. They play tomorrow, so I guess we'll see who the real number 1 is. Number 2 is USC. Like I said, toss-up between 1 and 2. Number 3, I have UNCC. Number 4, I have Wake Tech. And number 5, Roll Pirates. ECU number 5.
now I like that. I like that.
I feel like that's a good top 5. I mean,
That is
Not
a
even
solid
top
top
five.
five.
No, I disagree. I disagree. Not even top
No,
5 is kind of wild.
You lost speaking privileges.
yeah.
I mean, your
Wow.
list.
not have
to stick
It's
anymore.
every time Coolio's here,
Wow.
you take liberties with the list and it spirals. All right, that's what's happening. I like
Yeah,
that list. That's good.
I don't know
Thank you.
what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. I feel like my list is the most accurate. What is Coolio saying in the chat?
Sweeping
He's-
Clemson on land.
he's
but
speaking
nah,
facts.
He's better. Hold me back, Nate. It's on site.
Coolio
Hey,
speaks
I mean,
facts when he's in the
Coolio-
chat and not
Coolio,
here.
you could have been
Facts.
here, bro. You could have been here, but you decided not to. That's on you, brother. You have given me this
Yeah.
power, so I mean, unfortunate. I'm willing to bet a whole dollar he's about to hop in here and join the VC and say something.
Nah, as you said it. He wants that dollar now.
I didn't say it was going to him. It's going towards the prize pool.
Oh, okay.
I do like
but-
it though. I like the Clemson throw-in. I think they're dominant so far.
Yeah,
Go
they-
Blue.
We beat
Continue.
T-Corral's roster.
Yeah.
We beat T-Corral's roster 1 game on land. We swept Clemson. We went 2-1 with Northeastern. Hello, can we wake up a little bit, boys? Wake up a little bit. Okay, I'm gone.
All right.
Okay.
A quick
Now
little
he's
yap
turned
sesh.
into a yap. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, quick little yap sesh. It's all
That's
right.
crazy. That's crazy. But either way, Blurry, let's go ahead and jump into yours, man.
All right. Not too different. Pretty much in line with what Chief was thinking. But number 1, I kept USC. I think this week will show who the actual number 1 is. I think it'll be close. I still think USC has the edge for first. But Clemson's right behind them. They take 2. No surprise there. Number 3. Listen, I'm not changing from what my power rankings were. I don't care about the grudge match. All right. It showed that we could do it. It showed we should have done it. I'm personally responsible for why we didn't win it 3-1. That's on me. Won't happen again. 3 is Wake Tech. I'm not dropping us any lower. Number 4, UNCC. They are right behind. And then 5, ECU.
Roll Pirates.
They're back, baby.
That's
The
crazy.
Pirates are
That's-
back.
that's
so
crazy.
back. So back.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Honestly, how do you lose the grudge match then say you're better? That's crazy.
That's fair.
Because it was a game 4 overtime that I am with the net on. So I've had first perspective of the win, and I'm the reason it chalked. It would have been a 3-1.
You know what? I can give you some coaching advice right now if you want. I can give you some coaching advice. You know what
From
that
the
advice is
CT,
gonna
From
be?
by
the
the way.
UNCW coach who puts them at 3 seed. You know what? Enlighten me.
Maybe you should stop going for those off the backboard double touches at the back of your car. I
That's
think
fair.
any
That's
any
fair.
chance you have the opportunity, I think you've gone for it.
Yeah, it's fair. I just haven't locked in yet. That's all.
Oh,
That's me.
okay,
I'm still
okay.
having fun.
Okay. How are you feeling about that one, Chief? I feel like you're feeling pretty good about that one.
Yeah, it's pretty good. You got Pirates in the 5 spot. We'll move up slowly as time goes. I put us at the 5 because I think that's where we're at. The 3 spot after losing a grudge match on stream is kind of, questionable, but you do have your reasons, so I can't hate too much on the decision. I think you guys do get the get back at LAN when you see him, because you guys will see him.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a very reasonable. I like the USC over Clemson. It is a very big toss up right now, the number 1 and 2 spot. And I mean, we're late into the season now, so it's really anybody's game.
All right. Well, speaking of, the USC Clemson toss up here, huge matchup tomorrow. What are y'all's thoughts on that? With USC in the 2 seed, Clemson in the 1 seed, battling it out tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern time, and they're gonna be battling for that number 1 seed as they are all within like a point of each other on the seeding chart. Any predictions here?
For the USC Clemson matchup, I'm thinking USC go down 1-2 and close it out after that. I think that's really what's going to happen. I think they're the team that likes to fool around a bunch, but when they do lock in, they are a force to be reckoned with. Clemson, they're a really good team. They did beat us, unfortunately, when we ended up playing them. It was a close game 5. However, they did get the better of us. So I do think they are, a team that could realistically take them to game 5 and even beat them in the game 5. But I don't see anything going anything less than game 5 here. But
Yeah.
I am taking USC on top of that.
Thanks. So
I'm
going
thinking
against
the
your
same
power
way.
rankings. Going against your power rankings here. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, yeah. That's
Honestly, I
my
hope
humble
Mesal's not
opinion.
in here. I hope Mesal's not in this chat right now.
Got
Because
turned up in there.
that's a blatant disrespect. You put them at number 1 power rankings and say they lose game 5. That's a little
That's
wild
crazy.
behavior. But overall, I feel like it can be a good game 5 too. It's either gonna be a game 5 or one team's gonna go up 2-1 and then close it out in game 4. I think it's not gonna be a 3-0 sweep. I think it's gonna go at least in game 4 here. And it's a little bit of a toss up here, although I do think USC has an advantage on the speed side of gameplay. That offensive pressure from USC is very strong and very aggressive. But if Clemson's able to find that gap and find that hole on their defensive end, I think they could easily take it to a game 5 series.
It shouldn't not be. To be fully respectful to both teams, both should be able to take it to 5 any way the series is going. They should be able to adjust and balance each other out. They should go 5. If it's not 5, there's a power shift in the league that's pretty dramatic.
I agree.
Yeah, absolutely. And especially, Clemson's got a lot riding on this one, as everyone so far has been kind of trashing on with the fact saying they've had an easy season so far. I mean, if they beat
Clemson.
Lander, yeah, for Clemson, they've had a pretty straightforward season so far, and they're undefeated. So if they lose this one, it might kind of destroy their power ranking ability. And those placements where people usually put them like in 1st and 2nd place on the power rankings, because I mean, it all kind of depends on how badly they get beat here.
Yeah.
Like if it goes game 5, they'll keep that 2nd one. All right. If they get 3-0 swept, maybe not.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I don't know if they can still be top 5 if they get 3-0'd.
Oh, well,
But-
I guess we're not top 5 anymore then. that's kind of chalked.
That's actually true. Yeah, I heard. Yeah, y'all's was pretty bad.
Yeah.
You wanna
I-
recap how that one went?
Yes. Og didn't play. SJT came up, and I will stand by this. As long as USC is that roster, they played better. And I think
Without Og.
yes, their dynamic felt and feel like on the field felt a lot smoother with SJT. They played better. I think Og kind of changes it up to the point where they're more vulnerable, only because he brings out a different play style in Solar and Cats. So I'm just saying, man, I wish we played Og because then we would have played the USC everyone else gets to play.
That's fair. That's fair. But nonetheless, our predictions are in. Who we think's gonna win? I think it's gonna go in game 5. We can all agree that game 5 is a pretty big option here. But let's start looking into our week 8 matchups here. Starting off with USC playing against Lander, who is another high seeded team here. So, man, what are y'all's thoughts on that one? I feel like USC might take that one pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lander's not going to be as competitive as, Clemson for that's going to happen. I mean, it
They
should be
lost.
a smooth series.
They lost 3-1 to Clemson. Lander did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. Yeah. I mean, if they're going down, if they're losing 3-1 to Clemson, then I mean, I don't know what USC is going to do to them.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see how it plays out. But then again, I mean, yeah, it's true because if we're expecting Clemson or USC to go Game 5 with Clemson, that means it's equal skill. So Lander might get quickly swept here. So we're gonna see how
I
it
agree.
plays out.
Or 3-1.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe Game 4 at most. But I think USC is gonna take that one. Chat, what do y'all think? 1 for USC, 2 for Lander. Who's gonna take Game 1 of Week 8? What y'all got for us?
I mean, there's already a couple ones. I think people already know. That's
Yep.
the expected
1-1.
outcome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people are definitely But jumping into match 2, we got ECU versus Coastal Carolina. 3-0 sweep.
3-0 sweep.
It's a bye week.
Roll Pirates.
Yeah.
Roll Pirates.
End of the season, they're getting their second bye week. It's kind of unfair, but it's all right.
He said,
Second bye week is crazy.
That's crazy, bro.
Nah, we already got a bye week when Elon forfeited.
True.
So this
So
should
that's
be
3 in a
closer.
season?
So,
Come on.
so wait,
Man.
so that might honestly chalk Anixis's schedule calculator. I mean, y'all are, if you're claiming 3 buys, that's kind of crazy.
How was that claiming 3 buys?
I mean,
Hold on. Let me start
I
looking
mean-
at some. So UNCC got the easier schedule, right?
Yeah.
They had Wake Forest. They
Bye
won.
week.
They dropped a game to Wake Forest.
I don't know how. Wait, no, that was
USCA.
Coolio. He was saying how that was like we would never drop a game for the rest of the season after that because they did drop that game.
He said that after losing the fucking.
Oh,
Whoa!
losing to
whoa,
freaking,
that's a
UNCW.
dollar in the swear jar. That's a dollar in the swear jar.
Cut off. He's like Coolio, get him out.
No, that's my first offense.
That's his first offense.
There's no clean casters anymore.
Oh Lord.
Hey,
I know it's just slowly
That's what
going
happens.
downhill here. That's crazy. Honestly, with that offense, that might get basically and Ethan also banned from the panel. Basically, y'all gotta have a talk with this man. You can't be having that.
The purple cleanse.
it won't happen again. Chief, not family friendly. That's actually funny. That was actually funny.
But where were we at? Oh yeah, so we were talking about Anixis' schedule being wrong. UNCC may have the easier schedule here, but I mean y'all get 3 bye weeks according to
Yeah.
y'all's statements here. That's kind of wild.
I mean, if we want to
We-
count bye
we
weeks like
did
that,
have
how
the-
many does UNCC have? I think they're at like 6.
I think that we definitely had the harder first 5 games, 6 games. 6 games. There was 7 when we played. Yeah, but I don't know. I'm just talking now, yapping.
It's a yap
anyway,
shush.
we'll move on to the next game. We got UNCC versus UNC Pembroke. 3-0 sweep.
Agreed.
Talking about those bye weeks.
Sorry
There
for
we go.
cussing. Sorry for cussing.
That's crazy. So 3-0 sweeps
Yeah.
across the board for them. USCA
Elon
versus
Aiken.
Elon.
I'm taking Aiken 3-0.
Aiken.
Do you think it's gonna be a 3-0? Really? You don't think Elon's gonna take a game?
I'll say 3-1. Maybe there's a little fight back.
It
I
might be,
can-
but
well,
I don't know.
I can say I'll say a 3-1, but I feel like at least 2 or 3 of the games are gonna be close games. I feel like
Okay.
they'll be close games.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
I do think Lax and who I can't remember his name, but I think it was Lax and the other player they added recently as for their sub. He kind of seems like he's taken the starter position from what I've seen, and they seem to have pretty good coordination. Is it Lax? Oh, was it Max or Bax? It was one of the two.
There's
But
a lot of AXs.
it's
Backs.
Yeah, Bax.
Backs.
But yeah, I feel with the addition of Bax pulling up from the sub to the starting roster, from what I've seen, they seem to play pretty well. So I'll give Elon a close series, but I think USCA is going to take it through.
Yeah.
But moving on to the next game, we got Clemson versus NC State.
Clemson.
Another another Clemson.
It's gonna be a
But-
lot closer though. This might go game 5. I don't know. Depending. I feel it depends on if. So if Clemson loses tomorrow, against USC
Mhm.
and then have to play NC State within the next 5 days, their confidence may be down. But with that being said, NC State just got 3-0'd by us. So I think it's
I
a battle
mean,
of who's
If the
really
math
feeling it.
is mathing, if the math
That's
is
what I'm saying.
mathing,
math is mathing.
but
I mean, you went game 5 with Clemson, so
I
Clemson should not struggle since you 3-0'd. Yeah, math is
That's a good
mathing.
point. That's a
I've
good
got-
Math is
point.
mathing.
It should be Clemson.
I've-
Clemson
I-
easy 3-0.
I believe that Clemson's going to probably take a 3-0 or game 4 again. Although I feel like this is going to be a big statement match for NC State.
Can you imagine the upset? That would be
Like
monumental for their momentum.
If they don't beat Clemson, I think everyone in the league is gonna pretty much consider them washed the rest of the season.
Yeah.
So they got a lot of pride hanging out on that one. So it's gonna be interesting to see how they come in, or if it just doesn't go their favor and they quit.
If they just quit.
I will say
mean,
though, it's just
it is a
kind of
string
the
game.
end. This is
Oh,
the end
boy.
of their gauntlet where they've played all of the top 5 teams by this point. And if they do end it with that loss streak, they will just be not included in top 5, top 6. They will be an afterthought type thing. So if they do want to be, putting a statement out there, they have to play like it. And if they send it to 5 even, that's a big change up. But Clemson should still win 100%.
Well, so if I'm being like
I agree.
completely honest here, as well as like UNCW, like we've got a pretty straightforward the end of our season, so we're gonna be like most likely winning those going up in the seeding here. So if NC State keeps dropping, they're definitely gonna fall into one of those lower seedings. Because
Right.
like it's gonna be interesting to see how it plays out. But where were we? Jumping into the next match, we got Wake Tech versus Wake Forest. Thoughts?
3-0. Wake Tech. They got that easy.
Yeah. I wish we didn't have such a long break because of a certain reschedule that happened. A certain individual here is responsible for that. But
It's not me. It's not me. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's not me.
I know if we drop a game, we're an embarrassment. So we're gonna just keep it clean, keep it quick. But we are kind of just sitting. We haven't really played much threes lately. Kind of not a good thing.
That is
Well,
definitely
We'll
not
be
a
okay.
good thing.
We'll be okay. We'll
So
be
what
all
I'm
right.
hearing is our postponement was a good idea.
I mean, no, because you're gonna give us momentum later. I mean, that's kind of better for us. We'll take that.
Oh, that's right. Well, we play y'all right after Clemson. That's right.
Yeah, we're gonna get super warmed up, and then just 3-0 we're off the game for the night. It'd be pretty nice.
That's a lot of talk, but you can talk the talk as long as you can walk the walk. We'll see how it plays out.
Yeah.
But
I think they got it. I don't have too much concern for my boys at Wake Tech.
but including that, jumping into our B League discussion here, we got USC versus USCA. That was the only match that was played in the B League last week.
Nice.
So might as well talk about it. Obviously, it went in USC's favor, but I mean that is solidifying pretty much their undefeated season. I mean, it was an expected win for USC. I mean, it was the 1st seed versus the 9th seed. No hate to anybody, but I'm just saying like USC's been pretty dominant so far in the season.
What was
Yeah.
the scores of those games?
We can look real quick.
I'm gonna go all the way back. Let's see. To quote exacts from the game results,
Oh God.
9-0, 4-1, and 9-0.
I shouldn't have asked. My bad. Okay, yep. That's kind of what I expected, but I just wasn't, I was just hoping for the best for the other, for the other team.
He asked, I delivered.
Yeah, don't worry, B League. B League.
That's JT own goal.
He
That was-
owned gold. Wow.
That's crazy.
Bro, don't worry, B League. Changes will be here. Please don't hate me. They will be here next season. It's gonna be completely different next season. I promise. The Farmers League.
That was motivated, Chief. You wanted those numbers to come out.
Oh yeah, I didn't know what they were exactly, but I mean we all had our own guesses about where it was be.
That's a little
Yeah.
wild.
There
That's
is
a
not
little-
much you can do against the B League Titans.
But in the end, USC pretty much I think solidified their undefeated season, if I remember. Next team they play is Wake Tech and UNCC, and I feel like those are also going to be pretty quick 3-0s
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like that's definitely going to walk away. I think USC is going to walk away with that, the undefeated season, claim the 1 seed for their playoffs. Yeah, I agree across the board.
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. I'm sorry,
If anything
B-League.
crazy
I'm
happens,
sorry.
Yeah, as much hate towards Nate as possible, B League. You guys got it,
Yeah.
I believe.
it's all his fault. He put the whole B League in shambles. He constructed
Dude,
it
I
terribly.
I didn't realize.
This is all it's all his fault that you guys are dealing
Dude.
with what you're dealing with.
Dude, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that USC's B team would be so stacked. Like, bro. But
Yo.
It's okay.
jumping into our B League power rankings here. Changing subject. We'll start off with mine here. So for my B League power rankings here, number 1, obviously, USC's there. In the number 2 position, we got NC State. Number 3, ECU. Then 4th is going to be Clemson. Then 5th is going to be the Niners. I think that's a pretty solid